At this point, we'll kick off 5-minute rounds of questions. I do want to check with the ranking member to see if he had anything before we begin the questions.
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Dr. Travnik, I've confirmed, will you prioritize the development and maintenance of Western water infrastructure to ensure communities, farmers, and ranchers continue to have access to reliable and affordable water supplies?
Microphone.
Thank you, Senator Hoeven, for that question. We know that infrastructure for water supply is extremely important across the West. We were making sure in the state of North Dakota that we had resources able to make sure that we were able to get that affordable, reliable water supply to people. So if confirmed in this role, yes, I'm committed to working towards that as well.
Thank you. Also, talk about the importance that USGS continues on a regular basis to update estimates of recoverable oil and gas reserves, and talk about what you can do to continue to enhance that energy development.
Senator, as it relates to the USGS, we know that their body of work is extremely important. They play a critical role as it relates not only to the critical mineral list, but also as it relates to oil and gas assessments. So making sure that we've got the expertise on that and to be able to keep up with those studies and those demands that we're seeing to make sure that we have that dominance of energy here in America. So yes, so continue to work on that as well.
What are your top 3 priorities? What are the top 3 things you're going to accomplish going into this position?
Senator, if confirmed, the top 3 priorities that I would be looking at, we know that there's a lot of discussion right now related to the Colorado River. We've got some looming deadlines that are in front of us next year. So we're going to have to work really closely with those seven states within the basin. At the same time, also the critical minerals list. We know that that is due this year. We're going to have to be working really closely with our federal agencies, our different stakeholders, the public, as we work to get that list put together, get that updated based on what we are hearing from the public. And then getting back to where we started the conversation earlier was looking at infrastructure. We know that we've got drought across the West, across the country, so we're going to have to look at all those different tools in the toolbox, making sure that we've got modernized systems out there, making sure that we're looking at aquifer recharge, looking at water reuse, wastewater. So really just looking at that suite of possibilities as we try to get water where it's needed.
Thank you. Ms. Beyer, we've got a lot of resources that are owned by the public, but that interface with private ownership as well. And so BLM runs across that all the time. Are you committed to maximizing access to development of those resources in a responsible manner? And will you work with me on my North Dakota Trust Lands Completion Act, which helps make sure that everyone is treated fairly in that development, whether it's a public interest or a private interest?
Yes, sir. Senator, I appreciated our visit about that. And if I'm confirmed, I absolutely look forward to working with you. There are multiple uses there for those lands. And you know, if confirmed, like I said, I look forward to working with you on that.
How about NEPA timelines, right? I mean, because delay can be defeat, right? We need certainty out there for everybody, for all involved. So what about these NEPA timelines and getting things done, again, in a transparent, responsible way, but getting things done?
Sir, I think we can all agree that permitting should be streamlined. This committee has done extraordinary work on that, and if I'm confirmed, I hope to work with this committee moving forward. But absolutely, you know, coming from the oilfield services sector of the business, this is a 650,000 plus workforce that develops energy in the U.S. And if our companies can't get permits to produce, permits to build transmission, we will be behind in answering the increasing energy demand. And so that, sir, is a top priority for me, is to be able to assist and help with getting a more reasonable timeline on our permitting system.
Thank you. Mr. Garrish, how are we going to get past some of the public perceptions and concerns in regard to nuclear, or as one of my good friends and a former president used to say, nuclear, Energy, how are we going to develop nuclear energy and get people to be comfortable that we're developing it in a safe, reliable way with a good management plan for, the nuclear waste?
Well, Senator, nuclear is in fact one of the safest forms of energy available today. And I think it is a matter of communicating with the public and making sure that they understand what's happened. We need to make sure that we have a good public affairs component to every nuclear plant, that the community understands exactly what a nuclear plant is and what the sort of fears that they have are really unfounded.
So what is the one thing you would say to people and want them to remember in regard to safely handling nuclear energy?
Well, in terms of this, the record is indisputable in terms of the safety of nuclear plants.
Okay, that's strong. Appreciate that very much. Thanks to all of you. And Mr. Abbey, I'm not going to have a question for you because I understand Senator Murkowski's got a lot of them, so we'll wait for that. Ranking Member Heinrich.
Thank you, Senator Hoeven.